Hello, so this is a basic example of liveries for Air Force Engineer Centre, Civil Engineer Centre, my bad. And today I will be showing you how to make a Customs and Border Protection car, the livery for it. It's very simple, so all you need to do first is make the actual line. So we're going to start off with the line right here. It's a simple line that's tilted a little bit. So what we're going to do for that is make a line about, well, the size of it is quite large. So we are going to change the size. We're going to change the colour to a darkish green. Definitely thicker than that. So about 400 maybe. And it's a thick line. So just a basic line. It doesn't matter if it spills over the black edge, purely because we don't see the black edge. We only see the grey parts of the vehicle. We're going to twist it around that. Yeah, that's fine. And then it's just going to go over the door. It's not going to go into the window or anything. It's not going to do anything you don't want it to do. Next, we are going to do this part. It's the US Customs and Border Protection logo. I've already got that up. So we just copy that image, paste it on there. Sometimes it's not as easy as that, and you do need to go to remove.bg to do that. And let me show you how to do that. So if we find a image with a background, for example this would actually be perfect if it was all blue. So we save that image, go to somewhere, it's WVP. We never use WVP purely because it never works and it's extremely hard to put on a car. You can tell if it has a background by seeing if it pops up with loads of little squares right here. So this one, it doesn't pop up with a load of squares. So this one has a background and it's PNG, so you just save that. You can tell because if you look at this one, it pops up with little squares. But if you look at the image, the actual preview of the image, it's just purely white. If you click on it, it'll pop up with a load of squares, but this one has a background. So we're going to go to remove.bg, open our files, and it pops up on my other screen. You won't see this. So we just copy it into there, and it's just going to take off the background for you. As it just did there, it's gotten rid of the actual background for the image if you look at it. So you just go to cut out, restore, and you just colour in whatever it accidentally removed. So I'm going to colour that in, colour all this in, just for safety measures. And then it should pop up with a perfect logo just for you. For now, we don't need to do that because we have a high quality logo right there. I'm going to go back to the US Border Patrol car. So this is the opposite side. So it starts at the start of the door. So it's quite a big logo. It goes from the handle to the first line there. This is a completely different car. So we're just going to imagine where it would go. And then paste. No, wait, we need to do the colour first. The colour of the text. We're going to do that by just using the colour picker. We're going to copy that. Then we're going to use text. I'm going to change it to, let's change it to Arial Black. And then US, what does it say? US Customs and Border Protection. Customs and Border Protection. You can tell that it's a completely different font. You can change that to that font, but I'm not going. Yeah, I will. We're going to zoom into that image. This is a GTA 5 vehicle. Let's find the image we were looking at there, and you can zoom in. You can look better. And I guess you can't zoom in. Yeah, you can't. So US Customs and Border Protection. We are going to go to a different font. I feel like this one maybe? No, definitely not. Let me find a better font. 1 second. There we go. We found a perfect font for this. So we're going to go back on the image where it splits off. As you can see there, splits off US Customs and Border Protection. So we're going to split it off there by pressing enter. And then we're going to move it close to the logo. We're going to resize it to about 50. That's way too big. 40, I'd say. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks fine. Better without the bold. And we're going to take it using the rectangle select tool, and we are going to rotate it to match this, because sometimes on the vehicle it will look weird if you don't do that. You have to line it up with the logo, so that's angle 431. We're going to do the same to this logo and rotate it to 431, or anything around 434 is okay. Do that, and there we go. That's a perfect livery there. And then we're going to add a text. Does it have a... Yeah, it does. Border Patrol text, just in Arial black. So we're going to do that. Arial black. And we need to change the colour of that. So go back to that layer. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, always do it on a separate layer. Never do it on one of the actual front doors and stuff, because then it will paste the actual door that you see. So if you put it on a front door, and imagine I coloured a little bit on there, it will remove the entire door, which you need for later. So we're going to do it on a completely new layer. We're going to do size 20, Border Patrol. Increase that size to about 30. Select it. And rotate it a little bit. So it sits on top of that edge right there. And we just do that. There we go. Perfect vehicle right here. You don't need to do the background, because you can do that with the actual vehicle. But that's all you need to know. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your CEC phases.